What Filipinas want older men to do but will never ask for. There are things a Filipina may deeply want an older man to do, but she may never ask him directly. Some happen before you ever reach the bedroom. Some happen during your most intimate moments together. And one happens afterward, when she's lying beside you, quietly deciding whether what just happened made her feel loved or made her feel used. But I want you to know that this video is not only about sex. It is about the things many women want a man to understand without them saying the embarrassing and uncomfortable words. Today, I'm going to share some of those things for them. And number 7 is the one many older men get completely wrong. Hello everybody, I'm Chrissy and I'm a Filipina married to Rob, a Western man that is 37 years older than me. So I am not discussing this as an outsider. I have experienced the uncertainty that can exist in an age gap relationship. I would say for 3 years of a relationship, I discovered a lot about Western men and I have also expressed a lot of what I want, both in bedroom and in a relationship. I know some of the questions Filipinas quietly ask themselves, a question that I once asked myself. I also know a lot of questions older Western men often ask Rob and me. Some of these questions are like, does she genuinely desire me? Is she only being polite? Should I make the first move? Am I moving too quickly? Or am I moving too slowly? Does she want me to lead, or will she think I am controlling? And some of you are probably wondering, exactly how much leading are we talking about? We will get there. But first, you need to understand something important. Many Filipinas I know were raised to be modest about expressing attraction directly. We may be taught not to appear too aggressive and to appear too experienced. When we were teenagers, we were taught not to be the woman who makes the first move. In the Philippines, when a younger woman will make a move to the man, it's a bad look. Because we always believe that being a modest is the way for us to find the perfect man that will really pursue us, that will not take advantage of our womanhood. We were trained how to properly present ourselves to the man. But behind those modesty, behind those sweet smile and being quiet, there's a lot of things that we want the man to do without us asking. If you notice at the beginning that we don't give any hint or we don't do the first move, that does not mean we have no desires. Sometimes it means those desires appear through hints, the way we look, sometimes through a joke, a small touch, a long silence, or the famous Filipina answer, "It's up to you." Sometimes "it's up to you" genuinely means she doesn't mind, but sometimes she has a very clear preference, and she is waiting to see whether you understand her well enough to recognize it. That could give both confusion. A man thinks he is giving her freedom, and she thinks he is showing no initiative, while the woman thinks she is giving clear signals, yet the man is terrified that he may be misreading them. This is why honest communication is very important, but it's also why confidence, attention, and emotional awareness matter. But most of the time, when it comes to intimate moment, it's easier to go with the flow and let mutual instincts make the move. And you'll know if the chemistry is strong enough to meet what both desired and reach what needed to be reached. Today, I am sharing 7 things many Filipinas may want from an older Western man, but may hesitate to request directly. Some of these will really make you feel more confident, and some may expose mistakes you are already making. And one may completely change how you understand the woman you are talking to, especially the Filipina. Let's begin. Now, the first thing many Filipinas appreciate is very simple. Make a decision. Not decisions about her body, her money, her friends, or her freedom. But please, choose the restaurant, create a plan, pick a time, book the hotel, know where to go, and know where the driver is meeting you. Do not fly halfway around the world, meet a Filipino for the first time, and then say, "So, what do you want to do? Where do you want to eat? Where should we stay?" She might smile, but inside she may be thinking, "You traveled 17 hours and this is a plan? A question?" Many women are attracted to older men partly because they expect a certain level of maturity. We all say this, we want a man that has experience, calmness, direction, the man that is well prepared. That does not mean she wants you to dominate every situation. It means she wants to feel that your life has a steering wheel and someone is holding it. Also, I wanted to share this for your awareness. A lot of Filipinas doesn't have much experience into a foreigner dating, like myself before. And they would prefer the man to make decision and lead, especially when you're still in the stage of exploring each other. A confident plan communicates several things. Even though you're not literally saying the words, but the Filipino will hear it from the heart of you saying, "I thought about you. I prepared. I am capable. And you can relax." Preparation can be extremely attractive, sometimes more attractive than muscles, especially when the muscles are 60 or 70 years old. Just teasing. Now, this moment, I want you to picture this out. Imagine a man, let's say his name is Michael, and he is 64. He has been divorced for 8 years. He has spoken online with a Filipina named Cherry for 4 months. And then they finally meet in Cebu. Now, Michael wants everything to feel relaxed and romantic, but he is so afraid of appearing controlling that he refuses to decide anything. He asks Cherry where they should eat, where they should stay, what time they should leave, which island they should visit first. And he even asks which side of the bed he should sleep on. By the third day, Cherry tells her sister, "He is very kind. He is very handsome. But I feel like I am taking care of him." Now, the attraction begins to weaken. And not necessarily because he is older or he doesn't have enough money, but because she no longer feels like she is beside a capable man. And if you're gonna recall, most of my answers and all the questions of why Filipinas are dating older men is because we want a man that is mature and man enough to lead, make plans, and make decisions. A man that will be able to protect us, the man that is prepared, the man that has a plan and organized. There is an important difference between leadership and control. Now, leadership is preparation combined with respect. Control is making decisions for another adult without considering her wishes. Like what I always say, I really like a relationship that has a give and take. I'm gonna give you an example. Leadership says, "I made a plan, but I want to know what you think." And the controlling says, "This is what we are doing and your opinion does not matter." Like the worst way to say it is that this is what I want and that's what we're gonna do, like it or not. Now, a mature man understands the difference and understands what he needs to do. Now, later, we will talk about what happens when older men confuse leadership with ownership. Now, like any other women in the world, Filipina may spend hours preparing to see you. Her hair, her nails, her dress, makeup, perfume, even the smallest details physically. And then you meet her and say, "Hi," and that's all. Like, you never see the preparation. Like, you did not appreciate what she did physically to make attractive to you. You should notice the woman's preparation. You should tell her, "You look beautiful. I love the dress. You smell wonderful. You have an incredible smile." Be specific because a generic compliment can sound copied and pasted. Like, Filipino will think, This is what you really say when you first meet a woman. Same thing as when you first message a Filipina online. When you just say, "Hi, nice to meet you," or say, "Hi, I would like to know you." It's overrated. Like, they've heard that so many times. So be specific and make her feel that you're observant and you're noticing her effort. A specific compliment tells her you are actually paying attention. But the most important thing is, do not notice only her physical body. Yes, she may want you to find her physically attractive. Of course she does. But if your eyes spend the entire evening talking to her chest while she is trying to talk to your face, she will notice that too. It is also very important to ask her something meaningful. Notice her intelligence, her humor, the way she treats the waitress, the way she speaks about her family, even the courage it may have taken for her to meet you. The effort she made to travel, the thought she put into choosing a gift or planning your day. A woman wants to feel desired and appreciated. And also sometimes they will be flattered most when you notice and appreciate their character, behavior, and manners more than the physical aspects. But a good woman also wants to know that desire is not the only reason you invited her into your life. There is another insecurity that some men never consider. A younger Filipina standing beside an older Western man may be wondering whether she is truly special to him. She may ask herself, does he actually like me, or would any attractive young Filipina have worked? Would he still be interested if I did not look exactly like this fantasy? That uncertainty can make a woman guarded. And believe me, most of us will think like that. When we're so prepared and meet the man, we will think, if I'm not prepared, if I don't look beautiful tonight, I don't think if he will still like me. That is why it is very important for you to appreciate and notice not just the physical, but also the good aspect that she has, to make her feel comfortable, to make her feel confident about herself, and to remove all the insecurities she has at the back of her mind. Your job is not only to tell her she is desirable. Your job is to show her why she's different, and maybe it is her sense of humor. Maybe it is the way she supports you, and maybe it's her ambition, it's her patience, maybe it's the way she makes an ordinary day enjoyable. Do not only praise what other men can see. Praise what you have taken the time to discover. But there is a very serious note here. Do all of this if you are really into her and attracted to her. Because if you're gonna do this and then after the date you're just gonna ghost her, you will just ruin someone's life. So honesty is always important on the first meeting. If the chemistry is off, be honest. If she presented herself really below your expectations, be honest. It could break her heart at the first time, but it will not shatter her life. Now we are getting closer to the part some of you clicked to hear. A Filipina may be spending the night, she may have packed a small bag, she may be sitting beside you on the hotel bed, she may even have made it very obvious that she is attracted to you. That does not mean she wants you to behave as though the room is about to expire in 10 minutes. Most Filipinas are afraid of rushing, especially when you just met in person. When the Filipina felt that you're in a rush, that you really want to do something, it could frighten her. It could make her think that you met her because of this thing that you're rushed going to. You gotta slow down. Slowing down is very romantic. A woman can want intimacy and still want romance. She can know exactly what may happen that evening and still want to feel courted. We all want gentlemen. Now you have to talk to her, laugh with her, touch her gently, pay attention to whether she moves closer or she pulls away. Do not treat affection like a checklist. Like you're preparing a long checklist. Kiss, check. Next item, shirt, check. Next item, mission accomplished. That is not intimacy. That is like an airport security. A confident older man does not appear desperate. He does not rush because he is frightened to the opportunity may disappear. He creates enough safety for attraction to develop naturally. And this is where some cultural misunderstandings can become dangerous. But for my personal experience, the first time I met Rob, I already had it in my mind that there is something that could happen that night. But what I appreciate really the most is that he's not into the rush. We barely talk about it. Making a verbal plan is very uncomfortable. Letting the spark celebrate without forcing it, that's the best. A Filipina may act shy even when she is attracted to you. She may giggle, she may hide her face, she may say, "You are naughty." That could be flirting. It could also mean she is uncomfortable. You cannot determine consent from a stereotype. You cannot assume that shyness means yes, and you cannot assume that politeness means agreement. You pay attention and you ask respectfully. You watch her reaction and you stop if she appears uncertain or uncomfortable. Confidence is not ignoring boundaries. Confidence is being secure enough to respect them. And at the same time, you do not need to behave as though mutual attraction is something shameful. There is a middle ground. Confident, patient, warm, attentive, being observant, and that is where intimacy becomes memorable. Not only because of what happened, but because of how she felt while it was happening. And later, I will tell you about one of the biggest mistakes some men make after intimacy. They think the important part is already finished, but it is not. Many petite Filipinas enjoy feeling physically protected beside a man they trust. I think it's our default that we wanted to have a man to protect us, not for us to protect them, or else we're gonna feel like we're a mother. Western men are often taller, larger, more physically imposing. Sometimes you have arms that make a woman feel safe. And honestly, every time I am wrapped by Rob's arm, I feel like I am at the safest place. I feel like I can sleep peacefully because I am protected. The point is not physical perfection. The feeling is. It is how you make your Filipina feel when you hug her. When she can feel like she can relax beside you, that you will look out for her, that she doesn't have to fight every problem alone because you're there. That feeling can be deeply attractive. But there's always a but. There is a dangerous line. Making a woman feel protected is not the same as making her feel powerless. Do not use money to silence her. Do not use her financial situation to control her. Do not say, "I paid, so you must." Do not monitor every message. And do not decide which friends she is allowed to have. Do not behave as if buying dinner means she has surrendered control over herself. Strength creates safety. Control creates fear, and fear can sometimes look like obedience. That is why some older Western men fool themselves. She is quiet, so he believes she agrees. She avoids confrontation, so he believes she is happy. When she says, "It's okay," but it is not okay. A Filipina may remain polite long after she has emotionally begun leaving the relationship. That is not healthy communication. But it happens. A strong man does not ask, "Can I control her?" He should ask, "Can she be honest with me without being punished? Can she disagree without losing financial support? Can she ask questions without being accused of disrespect? Can she say no without being threatened? Can she tell you that your behavior hurt her?" That is a much better measure of leadership. If she will feel like every no that she will tell you will face a consequence, I do think she could last longer, or she may last longer because she is really financially dependent, but your relationship will never be happy. Now, in my own marriage, I do not want Rob to make every decision for me. And I also do not want to be the leader, because being a leader is really a difficult task, a very difficult job. That is why we created this co-piloting system. Although a lot of you will say at the end of the day, somebody will approve and make decision. But it's different when he created the decision and also consider what's my take on it. I really do appreciate when he takes responsibility, makes plans, and handles difficult situation calmly. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many decisions that he approved more than I do, as long as I was there on the decision making. I contributed ideas to come up with a decision. And that's what Filipina wanted. Feeling a part of you, feeling a part of everything that you do. Women in general, not just here in the Philippines, not just in Asia, but all over the world, they need to know that their opinion matters. That balance is what creates trust. Now, many Filipinos want two versions of the same man. In private, she may enjoy the playful man, the flirt, the man who whispers something that makes her cover her face and say, "Rob!" Oh, sorry, that may have slipped out. But in public, she wants a gentleman. Do not tell strangers what happened in your hotel room. Do not make sexual jokes about her in front of her family or your friends. Do not show private photographs to your expat friends. Do not describe intimate details as though she is a story you collected during your vacation. Like for me personally, I really don't like that. Intimacy should stay in our bedroom. It is not a public discussion. A Filipina may be adventurous behind closed doors and still expect dignity when the door opens. Private affection, public respect. That combination tells her, "You're safe with me. What we share belongs to us. I am proud to be beside you." This matters greatly in age gap relationships. If you tell everybody about her performance in the bedroom, she will be disrespected. She'll think that you do not respect her enough to protect her privacy. She knows people may judge her. They may assume she is only with you for money. They may assume you are only with her for sex. And they may treat her as though she has no intelligence and no reason for choosing you beyond financial security. How you treat her in public answers those judgments. Introduce her properly, include her in conversations. Do not speak over her. Do not make every discussion about the age difference. Do not behave as though she is an accessory, proving that you are still desirable. If you're gonna boast out loud about you having a beautiful young Filipina that is really good in the bedroom, she's not gonna gain respect. She's gonna get judgment and disrespect. Now listen when she speaks. Ask for her opinion. Show pride in her accomplishments. Treat her like a partner. When a woman feels respected publicly, she often feels much safer being affectionate privately. And yes, that could create a very powerful private response later. Now we have covered leadership, attention, patience, protection, and respect. But the next two are where many relationships either deepen or quietly begin to die. Before we get there, I need to explain something important. Every week, Rob and I hear stories from men who are confused by indirect signals, and she says she's fine but becomes distant. She says she does not need help, but she feels hurt when he never offers. She says it's up to you and then becomes disappointed with his decision. This does not automatically mean she is manipulating him or manipulating you. Sometimes it is culture, sometimes it is immaturity, and sometimes it is poor communication. Sometimes both people are afraid of saying what they actually want, and sometimes, yes, the man is being managed. Understanding the difference can save your relationship. It can also protect your retirement. That is why Rob and I offer private consultations. We examine the entire situation, not one message, not one disagreement, not one request for money. We look at patterns. The consultation link is in the description below. And also I offer the open source social media review where you can see what really your Filipina is thinking, what your Filipina really doing, and what is she posting online. And for you to know which service is really for you, we offer 10 minutes free video call or audio call for you to introduce yourself and talk about things that you're concerned about. Just email us at flymetothephilippines@gmail.com. Now let's talk about what happens after the bedroom door closes. After intimacy, do not emotionally disappear. Do not immediately turn over. Do not reach for your phone. Do not begin checking tomorrow's flight schedule. Do not suddenly behave as though the woman beside you has completed an assignment. Stay present. Hold her. Talk to her. Ask if she is comfortable. Tell her she is beautiful. Make her laugh. Let the room become calm. Now, I am saying this because I have this kind of experience, honestly, with Rob and I. It happened and it didn't feel good. And we discussed about it. And I don't know about men, but for women, after the intimacy, and you just suddenly shift into something like really important than us, even though you're still in the bed, we will feel like we're being used. We will feel like we're just an instrument for your pleasure. For some Filipinas, intimacy creates vulnerability. A woman may have been taught that a respectable woman should not appear too eager. She may feel excited but also embarrassed. She may wonder whether you now respect her less, especially in the first night together. She may wonder whether you are comparing her to other women. Or the worst is, she's not really what's in your mind during intimacy. She may wonder whether you will still be affectionate in the morning. This can be especially intense when the relationship began online. For months, she has been a face on the screen. Now everything is real. Your touch, your age, your body, her body, the heat, the hotel room, the morning light coming through the curtains. That transition can be emotionally overwhelming. What you do afterward may tell her more than everything you said beforehand. Any man can be attentive while trying to reach intimacy. That's proven. And character appears when he has already received what he wanted. And I'm not saying this as somebody's theory. It happened so many times in dating. Now, after the intimacy, does he remain warm? Does he remain interested? Does he still treat her like someone precious? Or does the performance end? Believe me or not, she notices. And this is not only about women. Men notice too. I know that, and you know that yourself. Many older men are not simply seeking sex. They are seeking closeness, touch, reassurance, companionship, proof that an important part of life is not finished. Both people may be lying there with different fears, waiting for the other person to show tenderness first. Someone has to be emotionally brave. You are the older one. Go first. This is the one many older men misunderstand. You may assume that a young Filipina feels completely confident because she is younger than you. She may not. She may wonder, if I become older, will he still want me? That's exactly the question I ask Rob. If my body changes, will he replace me? Does he love me as a person, or does he love having a younger Filipino wife? Foreign men will ask Filipina, do you love me because I have money, or do you really love me? And Filipina also asks, do you love me because you love me, or you love me just because I am younger and I am a Filipina? That question is real, especially when the man constantly talks about youth. He says, Filipinas over 30 are too old. Women lose value. I would never date a woman with wrinkles. Then he looks at his 28-year-old girlfriend and expects her to feel secure. She knows that 28 does not last forever. She is listening to how you describe women. She is learning what may happen when she is no longer your youngest option. A Filipino wants to know why you chose her. Not simply she's young, she's petite, she's sexy, she's Asian, she's beautiful. What about her? What about her humor? What about her loyalty, her intelligence, her strength, her patience, the way she treats your family, the way she treats you, the way she understands you, the life you are building together? This is the difference between fantasy and partnership. Fantasy is interchangeable. Partnership is specific. And partnership should be forever. It should be for a lifetime. There should be no end of partnership. A fantasy can be replaced by another woman who fits the same description. A partner cannot. When a woman believes you chose her entire person, not merely the package she arrived in, she can relax. She can give affection without constantly wondering when the expiration date arrives. She can imagine growing old with you without believing that age will eventually disqualify her. And yes, that emotional security usually improves every other part of the relationship too, including the part some of you clicked to hear. Now let's go to the real test: desire or dependence. At this point, you may be asking, Chrissy, how do I know whether she genuinely wants these things from me or whether she is only behaving this way because she needs financial help? Well, you cannot answer that question from one romantic weekend. You answer it through patterns. What happens when you say no? Does she remain affectionate? What happens when there is no money involved? Does she still make time for you? Does she show interest in your health, your plans, your fears, your daily life? Can she disagree with you? Does she respect your boundaries? Does she just say yes all the time when you mention money? Does she have a real life outside the relationship? Does her affection suddenly increase immediately before every financial emergency? A request for help does not automatically mean she is using you. Romance does not automatically prove sincerity. You have to watch consistency. Do not judge only by sweetness. Watch what remains when sweetness does not produce money. Patterns reveal motivation, and time reveals character. Boundaries reveal whether affection is genuine or conditional. Now, when you feel like money is like a gasoline, a car will not move without it, then you're not dating a person. You're dating a vehicle that can take you out from reality and live a fantasy. This is Chrissy saying, fly smart, fly with confidence, only here from Fly Me to the Philippines.